Hello again. Off for another one today. Off to Starcross with Andy. He's with me at the moment, so we're going to get some tickets and make our way over there. A few things we want to cover. We'll let you see what it is when we get there though. Lovely. Now, Craig's been in touch. Oh yes. He says about his son Oliver. Guess what? Oliver's 12 today. So happy birthday, Oliver. That's fantastic. Well done, 12. God, brilliant, brilliant age. Wish I was 12 again. And that's from Craig, Liz, Sean, Carla and Millie. And it makes me feel a little bit like this person. Remember him? Yes, exactly. Here we are. Put my head on him. And we want Bill to do 3 bunny hops. Okay, boing, boing, boing. And we made it onto the train. Lovely. Didn't film it coming in for various different reasons, but that's all good. Let's get a shot of Rufus as we go past. And here we are, off on our way to Starcross. Lovely.
This is a
Will we get a toot? Will we get a toot? Oh, that was indeed
a happy train.
A happy train. And we've been slightly delayed on the train. We've got a little shot of Exmouth over there.
Yeah.
Which we have travelled to on the channel. We took the ferry. If I remember, I'll try and link that up above.
There's the wading birds out in the middle there. Quite a few.
We are now approaching Starcross.
And we're off, finally at the station. Got to Starcross. Quite a delay unfortunately, so we don't have as long over here as we might have liked, which is a shame. We had to wait for 2 trains to come through, and we were stopped at Dawlish Warren for a while. But here we are, like I say, Starcross. We're just on a bit of a tighter schedule than we might have liked. But without further ado, we'll start looking at what I've got on my phone to show you. And you've got the sign there, as you can see, Starcross to Exmouth Ferry. Why not, indeed? And didn't always used to be those. Used to be enamel ones. That's right. This was sent in by Big Bad Trev, one of the original signs.
One of the original signs, yeah.
And that sold on eBay recently. Brilliant. But that was made of enamel, and they were all down along here on this platform. And finally, using on the term Starcross for Exmouth, here's a page from Jane's book, Rails Along the Sea Wall. Here we go. Hopefully you can pause that and read some of it. All about the station. Lovely. Cheers, Jane. A couple more pages from that book in different places coming up.
Yeah, well, we've spoken about it before when we came here before, but I'll say it again. It's Starcross, the name and the origin, and it was originally sort of thought that it was called Stair Across, which is stare across the estuary to Exmouth, where there would have been some stone steps down there for the ferry, where people would have been looking across. Now, another thing was, it was about the starlings that roosted here, and of course the starlings do roost, and probably on the way round we might see some starlings in sort of a group flying about. But of course, the original name, they believe, was Norse, and it came from the word stoth, meaning landing stage. But then again, there was the Anglo-Saxon name, which was Stair, and that was Starling.
Come out the station to view Captain Peacock's house across the road there, which we've covered in previous video.
Well, we've covered so many times, and
Yep.
you will see the swan boat and the cygnets that they used to follow behind. And if anybody goes to Exmouth, they used to know the boating lake that used to have the swan boats on there.
There's the Starcross Memorial. Grab a quick shot of it. And you see signs there, road ahead closed. This is where they've got all the closures, causing a lot of tailbacks and problems. But there we go, all good fun. One of the reasons we didn't come over in the car today. Always nice to see a train, but it's also always nice to see a bit of history.
Yes.
Now over there, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on it. You can see a little base to something that used to be there. And Andy's going to show you a picture and tell you a bit about it. Here we go.
Here's with the picture. It was Starcross signal box, and this was installed in 1918 and closed in 1971. Now it was closed due to the sidings on the up track being removed. And obviously it then became redundant and everything was piled onto the Warren box. But it was demolished sadly in 1972, and I read a quote from one of the old signalmen that was in there, and he always used to say at this time of the year, it was bloody freezing.
And it is bloody freezing at the moment, in fairness. Very, very cold today, probably the coldest I've been for a long time. Never mind, all good.
1, 2, 3,
Happy train! Whee! And there's the tower there.
The tower, yes.
Similar to one that Andy saw in Torquay.
Yeah, well, what they did on this tower, and I've spoken about it before, is they knocked 50 feet off, and because it was leaning, and they decided for health and safety reasons, they'd take that piece off. Well, the photographs I took was, I was in Torquay in the summer, and I happened to notice the tower, and it was the same tower as this one. And this is just showing you what the size of it is really, basically at the end of the day. So you can just imagine that structure being here.
And finally, before we leave the tower behind, this is a picture or a page from Jane's book. Here we go. Again, pause if you'd like to read that. A lot of information on it.
Yeah, a bit about the beam engine that was once in there.
Right, there we go. Page number 2. Thanks, Jane. Sorted. Now we've also got the pier, which we walked down when we caught the ferry across to Exmouth that time in the video that I hopefully linked earlier. And another page from Jane's book. Here we go. So you know the score by now.
Yep.
Pause if you want to read it.
And just to add on to this, anybody wondering that the Starcross ferry is now closed for the season?
Well, I did try and put the drone up, but here's the result. There we are, you can see it. It's going to be not good to fly, and like I said in yesterday's video, I doing my best to obey it. Crossover that is going to be in a sec. There we go. Wandering back down now.
Yeah, just gone past the site of the old chippy, over the road there.
Opposite the atmospheric railway inn.
Yeah.
There he is. It's now called Thet Ospetic Railway.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear,
I
oh
suffered
dear.
the bad weather treatment by the looks of it. Used to be a very good Sunday lunch in there.
And as you come along a bit further, we end up near the car park, where there is, of course, the Starcross iteration of the Teign Bean.
Teign Bean, yes.
So I'm going to enjoy a lovely hot chocolate, and Andy no doubt will have his, what do you have?
Obligatory cappuccino.
Cappuccino, and warm my hands up a little bit on this cold day despite the sun, and then we'll see what the drone says, whether or not I can send that up. We'll give it a go anyway, but let's get this hot chocolate first. There we go, there's my hot chocolate with marshmallows. overflowing, lovely. And his cappuccino.
Yeah, my cup of
Smashing.
Italian.
So we decided to take the drone up anyway, as you do. It wasn't too bad. We wanted to see the hospital. Here's Andy.
As the drone flies out, we are heading to what was Starcross Hospital, known as the Western Counties Idiot Asylum. Opened its doors in 1864 on land that was rented by the Earl of Devon. In 1877, a larger building was opened and its name was changed to the Royal Western Counties. In 1948, it became part of the NHS. Sadly, in 1986, it closed its doors and was demolished in 1990. A stone to those who died in the hospital can be found in the church graveyard of St Mark's in Starcross.
But it wasn't to be. We only got as far as this before the drone decided to come back to me. At this point, right about here. And there we go. Now, that spin, that's the drone deciding it doesn't want to play ball. So it just didn't like the weather conditions today. As I said, it wasn't terribly over the limits, just slightly. But the thing is, if you put it up, it doesn't really do it any damage per se. It still comes back to you. It's still controllable, etc. It's just you don't normally get a very good shot. But in this particular instance, it decided it wanted to come back to us. So this is the drone returning home on its own volition. Nice and sedately. No danger, no problems. It's almost back over us right now. We didn't go very far at all. I think it's going to turn in a sec. There we go. Lining itself up to look the same way as when we took off. And here it comes. Back down. Unsurprisingly enough, to land on my hand. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Shortest drone flight ever in the history of the channel. Boom, boom. That lovely little hut there with the thatch roof,
Yes.
which we looked at last time, and the two.
And our two friends sat on the top there, perched, enjoying life. They must be cold.
We just realised we've got exactly 4 minutes to get to the train, which may not happen. So no real filming per se from this point on. Sorry. 1 minute to go. And this is ours coming around the corner right now. Let's get down to the platform. That really is a case of moments to spare, but we made it. We'd have to wait over an hour for another one. Excellent. We made it. And there we go. Off to painting. There we are, a somewhat rushed but satisfying visit to Starcross.
Yes.
And shame we didn't have a bit more time over there, but that was really down to the fact that the train was held up on the way over.
Well, they were all over, and it's just announced on the station now that they're running 22 minutes late, and it's due to congestion.
Congestion, lovely.
Not consumption, congestion.
Because no one's spitting. But that's something we've been talking about off camera, so
Yes.
that makes sense to us. And with that, we'll see you again tomorrow for
Yep.
something else.
Okay,
Smash-ulating.
take care.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.